Do you struggle with flat, frizzy, and sweaty roots after a workout and struggle with refreshing your naturally curly hair after workout? Well, I'm gonna walk you through a full refresh routine for post-workout and also some ways to protect your curls during your workout so then you have an easier refresh. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Gina and I make videos here about naturally curly hair. I love simplifying things for beginners, talking about the science of hair and product ingredients. I also wanted to thank Bouclème for partnering with me on this video to bring you their new foaming dry shampoo. This dry shampoo is made for naturally curly hair. It's about time we have one for natural curls, right? This one is designed to help absorb sweat and oil out the scalp, give you some more definition and volume and texture at the root without weighing it down and feeling sticky. So I'm gonna show you exactly how to use this. We're gonna talk about the product ingredients as always, so then you can decide if it's right for your curls. So let's go ahead and get started. So there are two important factors when it comes to having a better refresh routine, whether if it's post-workout or not. The first one are the products that you use on your wash day. They need to be products that are moisturizing and don't dry out your hair on next day hair, and also ones that have hold that can also easily be refreshed. The products that I used for this original wash day was the Bouclème Curl Cream and the Bouclème Super Hold Styler. You all saw me use these styling products in one of my previous videos. They gave me really great results, very highly moisturizing, and they also hold up really well. One thing I really love about this gel is it has a nice slippery consistency to it. It has sort of like a jelly consistency, so it doesn't weigh down the hair. It's not going to build up when you're layering it, and it also mixes really well with water and can even be refreshed with just water. So you'll notice the difference when using good quality natural products for your hair. When you go to refresh, it's just so much easier. There's less tangles involved and your hair just stays moisturized a lot longer. So these are key to start off with on wash day. And the second essential to having a better refresh routine is how you protect your curls at night and also how you protect them during your workout. So I've talked before in previous videos about different ways of protecting your curls at night, but for this video, I wanted to show you some ways to protect your curls during your workout. So here's some different ways you can protect your curls while you work out and also while you sleep. Here I'm putting on a bonnet, and the way that you put on a bonnet really makes a difference in how well it protects your curls. So you can see I first hook it in the back and then I pull it down over my curls, and then I press my curls up to the top of my head, sort of like an accordion, so that they are plopped right on top of my head, and that helps maintain definition. Now, it might seem kind of weird to wear a bonnet while you work out, but if you work out at home like I do, I don't mind at all because nobody's seeing me anyways. I don't personally like going out in public with a bonnet, but I don't mind it at all for a workout. And this is hands down the best way to fully protect your curls because they're completely covered and they stay on top of your head. And as you can see, when I take the bonnet out, my curls still look the same. The next way is using a scarf to basically do the same thing as a bonnet, but this way just looks a little bit cuter and is a lot easier to wear out in public. When I worked out at the beach, this is actually what I used to protect my curls when I was working out outside in high humidity, because it still looks cute, but it does a great job at protecting the curls. So here I'm just showing you how I tie it. This is basically going to protect the back of my curls. It doesn't stretch out the curls too bad, and it still kind of pulls it up into a ponytail. So I've showed how I tie this before over on my Instagram, but I'm showing you here. It's just a way of tying it on top of your head. I don't know if this is a correct way. I sort of just made it up, but you get a nice bow in the front, which is cute, and it keeps the curls up off of your neck and fully protected. So once I take my curls down out of the scarf, you can see again, they pretty much look the same. It's just a little bit smushed in the back, but not too bad. The next method is super easy, and this is just using a claw clip. This can sometimes stretch out your curls just where you twist your hair. It just depends on how you want to tie it. I usually just twist it into a low twist in the back of my head and then clip it. If I'm going to be doing any workouts that require me to lay my head on the floor, I will just clip it up even higher so that way it's not in the way. I really like this method if you struggle with your hair falling down out of like a hair tie, because it actually really holds in place for more intense workouts and when you're jumping around and stuff. The next method is going to be doing a really loose bun using this Conair scrunchie. This scrunchie is like a twisted design, and it really helps to hold the curls. I've really been loving wearing these because if you have low density hair like me, you know that it's hard to keep your hair up in a hair tie. It always wants to fall down. So here I'm just showing a super loose bun. This way does tend to stretch out my curls a little bit, especially if I get sweaty, but for the most part, it's very loose. I try and keep it as loose as possible so it doesn't stretch out my curls. And the number one key to putting your curls up without ruining them is to make it very loose and not comb through your hair as you're putting it up. You just want to gently arrange your hair on top of your head, but you don't want to brush it through like super slick or anything like that. And then a little hack, if you struggle with your bun kind of bouncing around and stuff and falling out, you can just place a clip so it doesn't move around as much, or you can even use bobby pins to just pin it down to your head so it's not flopping around and falling out. So here you can see this type of hair tie is much easier to take down out of your hair. It's only stretched out a little bit at the root, but not too bad. The next method is basically the same thing, but using a traditional Invisibobble hair tie. This is a clear elastic and it's actually a plastic material. This is much tighter around, it's not as wide, so it does hold really well, so I can actually usually wear a pineapple. I don't always like a pineapple though because my hair is a little bit longer so it falls in my face, so here I'm just kind of tucking in those longer pieces. And this also doesn't stretch out the curls too bad. These are a little bit harder to remove, so you do have to stretch it pretty far so you don't tangle up your hair as you're removing it. And the last hairstyle is the one I'm going to wear today, and this is just putting my hair in a very low ponytail and only wrapping the Invisibobble around once. That's one reason I really like these hair ties, because you only have to wrap it around once if you have low density hair, and it holds pretty good. Creating a lower ponytail, it doesn't fall out as bad for me because it's not flopping around on top of my head. And if you struggle with your scalp getting sore from wearing your hair up, this way prevents that from happening. So after my workout, here's how my hair is looking. This low ponytail really helped to not pull and snag on it too much. I do have quite a bit of frizz though around my hairline and definitely around my neck where I was getting sweaty. To remove it, I'm just stretching it so that way it doesn't pull my hair too much. And then here's how the back looks. Definitely in need of a refresh at the roots. The roots are feeling a little bit sweaty and they definitely get very frizzy once they start to get sweaty. So I'm definitely in need of a refresh. So because I was on day 3, I don't have to do a major refresh. This is just more of a medium refresh. So normally I do take a shower right after I work out. I usually work out in the morning, and this is the shower cap that I wear to protect my hair. It's really nice because it is satin lined, so it's not going to cause any frizz, and it's adjustable. I usually just put my hair up in a clip on the inside of it and then take it down when I get out of the shower. I actually got this off of Amazon. I will link you to this and all the other products I mentioned down below. So now I'm going to refresh my roots using the new Bouclème Foaming Dry Shampoo. You want to make sure that you shake this up really well. This is a small bottle, but I will say that a little goes a long way, so I usually only use a couple of pumps, and then you'll see I do use a few more pumps sometimes at the end, but I'm just rubbing this between my fingers and really focusing on both smoothing down the roots and then also massaging the roots. So the benefit of using a foaming dry shampoo that has water in it like this one is it's more moisturizing for curls compared to a regular dry shampoo that are usually like an aerosol spray, and those really tend to dry out natural curls, and you know our curls love to be refreshed with water. So this contains organic aloe leaf extract, which is anti-inflammatory, cleansing, and actually detoxifying. So it is going to help actually clean your roots. It also contains tapioca and cornstarch, which will absorb excess sebum and add texture to the hair. So it helps you get root volume. And then also it has menthol, which gives a cooling sensation to the scalp, but it's nothing that is too overpowering. It really helps to improve the smell as well. So if your roots tend to get frizzy, this is a great way to kind of smooth down around the hairline, especially if you get pretty sweaty around your hairline. This is a great way to absorb that sweat. So then I'm going to refresh the lengths of my hair, and by doing that, I just spritz some water with a spray bottle. You can also just wet your hands under the tap and then just smooth down any of the frizz and flyaways with just water on your hands. I also like to sometimes mix in a little bit of curl cream. This is the Bouclème curl cream that I used on wash day. You get this nice milky, watery consistency that can help give you some slip if you want to do a little bit of light detangling. I usually just kind of spot detangle. I pick up curls that are feeling tangly, or I feel like there's a lot of loose hairs in there, because those will just tangle it up even more. So by doing this kind of like raking and smoothing method, I'm able to just smooth down any frizz and gently detangle without completely messing up the curl pattern that I formed on wash day. So here I'm just adding a little bit more cream to the other side, and I'm also really just focusing this on the ends. It's really just to give me some slip. It's not like I'm fully applying curl cream again on top of my hair that already has curl cream and gel in it. The underside layer always gets super tangly, especially if I'm wearing a collared shirt like this, so I'm just smoothing through those tangles and removing the loose hairs. I always shed a lot when I refresh. Then you'll know I'm always incorporating tips for low density hair. This is another one, just make sure that the back is covered. Sometimes this can get separated if you had your hair up in a bun or it just gets mashed down in your sleep. So now I'm adding a little bit more of the Bouclème Super Hold Styler. This is their styling gel that I used on wash day. I love refreshing with this gel because I always get really great results. It doesn't weigh down my hair. It has a really nice liquidy consistency. It also has a lot of slip too, so I can actually just kind of detangle with the gel if I didn't want to add any cream. And I'm just smoothing down the frizz. I'm really focusing on just kind of smoothing right now, and then I will go around and scrunch and redefine some curls. So this step is totally optional, but if you're struggling with any limp curls, I recommend using a brush to redefine them. You don't have to do your whole head by any means. I just kind of go around and do any pieces around my face that are just falling limp or need some detangling. I do detangle the strand first before I go over it. And I'm also using the brush to make sure that the crown area is covered. Another tip, if you were struggling with your roots just being straightened out or falling flat, I would take a little bit more of the dry shampoo and then scrunch right at the root. A lot of times when we scrunch, we don't really get up at the root, so just lift with the one hand and then scrunch with the other, and that really helps to define some of the curls directly at the root. Then I'm going to diffuse my hair. Diffusing is essential for me for having a good refresh routine. It just shrinks all the curls right back up. It sets the gel cast so no frizz can form. If you're air drying, that gravity is just pulling the curls even looser. They can then hang limp and stringy, and this really helps just to shrink everything back up. And it only takes me about 5 to 10 minutes to diffuse when I'm refreshing because my hair is just slightly damp. It's not soaking wet. The roots are pretty much still dry. And if you do want to get some root volume, you can add a little bit of the foaming dry shampoo and then use the diffuser prongs to give yourself some root lift. Then if you want to tame some flyaways at the end, you can also take that dry shampoo and just smooth down any flyaways that are sticking up on top. So now that my hair is completely dry, it's definitely more defined, and I love how everything just shrinks right back up. I'm just gonna flip my head over and fluff the roots, scrunch out some of the crunch. I'm leaving just a little bit in, but I can tell I have so much more root volume. I really feel like that foaming dry shampoo helped to give me a boost of volume at the root. The curls are more defined directly at the root and not as flat and straight. And they're also shiny too, which is nice. And I don't feel like I have any buildup on the hair. So that is it for this refresh routine. Don't forget to check out Bouclème and the new foaming dry shampoo. I'm gonna have links to all these products in the description box down below. I also have a 15% off coupon code. I will have the code on the screen here and also in the description box. If you want to take advantage of that, you can get some money off your order. And if you plan on trying out this dry shampoo, I would love to hear how it works for you. Thank you again to Bouclème for partnering with me for this video. And as always, I will list out all of these steps and have before and after photos over on the blog post that goes with this video, and that is linked in the description box down below. So that's it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye everyone.